right, got my running with cameras hat on. I just used the unofficial men's bathroom in the corner and heading over to the start line and about to take on 7.6 miles, one hill, 4,000 something elevation gain, Mount Washington, iconic race. All right, let's do a little test clip. Welcome to Running with Cameras. I'm Greg Shea, and this is my Mount Washington road race video. If this is your first time here, consider clicking the bell, subscribing so you don't miss any new videos. Often the case with me, it's kind of a bad habit, but I find myself getting to the starting corral just about when the race is going to start.
What a way to spend your wedding day, right?
The 2018 race is the 58th running of the Mount Washington road race. Here's a profile of the elevation chart.
We have been sponsoring for 18 years. Great party first timers. Wow, nice. It's addicting. You'll be back. You'll see. It's a fabulous race.
So that is roughly where we're running to. Hard to see, but there's a little bit of snow behind that first mountain.
And savor this little downhill start because it'll be the last one you see until your next road race, okay? Don't want to discourage you, but that's the truth. And there's 3 words that describe this race. Do we all know what they are?
Only one hill!
Okay, and we're off.
All the running clubs over here. Enjoy the run, enjoy the run.
Get a nice view of the back of the shirt for this year in 2018. I'd say I like the back of this shirt. It's pretty cool. So you can see it's a pretty crowded field, you know, with 1,100 plus runners. You're pretty tight. You're packed in there, shoulder to shoulder. The very beginning of the course is actually a little bit of a downhill. We all know what's coming. I lined up kind of mid-pack, maybe more towards the back, but gorgeous day. We had great weather. It was probably, you know, 70, low 70s to start. So that gentleman right there in the yellow shirt and white hat, that is 98-year-old George Etzweiler. That's right, 98 years old. He's running up Mount Washington. He's done it 13 times. And this year he finished in 4 hours and 4 minutes, which was a minute faster than last year at age 97. Unbelievable. So here we go, we're taking on the hill, and it may not look all that steep. Steepness never translates that well on pictures or video, but it's steep, trust me. Someone just said walking's faster, and it's definitely true. More comfortable stride. When it's that crowded, I found my running pace was about the same as my hiking pace. I'm pretty tall, so I think having a long stride helps. So far, so good. Just started. You can see the shuffle there everyone's doing, and there's my pace. I'm clocking about a 14-minute pace. A little slower than that, maybe. Doing my run walk strategy here. Are these hydration packs like the one I have?
Roger. Hey, buddy. Hey, Raj. Yeah, Frank.
A lot of running clubs running this race.
Not yet. Oops,
sorry. The logistics of this race are interesting in that runners need to coordinate with other runners and drivers to find a ride down from the top, or you can elect, to hike or walk your way down afterwards. But after chugging up that mountain. I know I was certainly happy to hop in a car. Here's a cool picture of just how tightly packed in they get the cars at the top of this mountain. I've read that you sometimes see some of the elites walking back down because they know they're not going to finish in the prize money, and why do more damage, you know?
You're taking video? Or is that a
Video.
You're measuring the grade.
Video.
Oh, a little Steadicam Junior, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's lightweight.
Steadicam Mini.
You can watch it without wanting to throw up.
Nice.
That's perfect for running stuff.
You'd mount it to your head.
I know.
It's interesting watching him run backwards. I saw a lot of that. A lot of people switching up the muscle groups running backwards.
You done this before?
Nope.
Neither have I.
I train. Or a treadmill, 12%.
There you go.
Yeah, if you don't live near a big hill, putting that treadmill all the way up.
Just about to hit a mile. Here we go. Looks like that took me 12 something, I think.
There's that steady forward progress that everyone's trying to do.
Water on both sides! Your refill station is left!
These volunteers are the best. I mean, for a race like this, the volunteers are especially amazing.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You know, they're making the race for a lot of the runners, and for a race like this, they've got to hike to get there, you know? And some of them up above are dealing with some pretty nasty wind and some cold temperatures.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good work, good work.
You already finished.
All right, this grade shift is like a dream come true. First time we're not punishingly steep.
There we are, mile 2. Right back to the steep stuff. That dude was flying. I remember he went by my camera thinking, I wonder if he just went really slow in the beginning or what was going on, but man, he was flying.
All right, I should start running.
I didn't really want to run a whole lot, especially when it was steep. It just felt, you know, it's just easier to hike. But I had to force myself because I knew it would be slightly different muscle groups. If I was running, I'd be working my probably calf muscles a little more. And I was going faster, there's no doubt about it. It was faster running.
All right, wind just picked up. This guy's a badass. Love it. Thanks, man. Thank you, guys.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Trying to smile. I felt like if there's a smile on my face, it'll make me happy, you know, just that. I saw an article about that. Force yourself to smile. It'll help. Just like this. Smile. Force yourself. Smile. I love this. Reach the beach. That's a great race. A lot of fun relay through New Hampshire.
Nice job, man. Keep it up. Reached mile 3. I'm looking forward to getting above tree line. Hopefully get some extra motivation.
Keep it up. All right. You got it.
it was a little hot down in the trees. I knew it'd be cooler up above. I'd say I probably hiked 80% of this race, maybe 75%, and ran about a quarter of the time.
Wind really picking up now. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you guys, thank you. Yes. Thank you guys. All right, halfway, 51:55. It's actually a little better than I thought. Gives me a shot at 2 hours. Here we go, baby.
Getting some nice views, the wind picking up. I would definitely run this race again. I would happily go back to that lottery. It's an amazing race. I had a lot of fun with it. It's like nothing else I've ever run before. There's a good sense of how steep that hill is. If I were to run this one again, I think I'd try to increase that ratio of running to more like 50%. 50% hike, 50% run. I think I could get my time down another maybe 5 or 10 minutes. This one's more about the experience. I remember thinking when I saw these volunteers that just God bless them, because it is probably 40-mile-per-hour winds right there, 45 maybe.
Thank you. All right, a little bit of recovery here.
Sense of the presidential range there in the background. The White Mountains, beautiful. This kid had an interesting technique. He would run and then walk backwards and then run some more. He looked really young, like, I don't know, God, this kid could be like 16, 17, I don't know. But when he was running, he was moving at a good pace, and then he'd walk backwards. You can't really see it, but what I'm pointing to is, in person, you can see there's a little thin line of runners that you can see way up ahead. Get a sense of the drop off on the side of the road at points, pretty steep.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
It helps.
Awesome.
And here we are transitioning to maybe roughly a mile of the auto road is this dirt and gravel path, which, I was happy with. Kind of nice little, maybe a little softer on the joints. It's pretty packed down, but a little softer than the concrete. And this guy, look at this dude, barefoot. I was talking to him a little bit on the course, and he said he's done this 4 or 5 times, all barefoot.
Killer. Still smiling, baby.
Still trying to smile, looking tired. It's a nice guy. Asked me about my YouTube channel. We had a lot of tailwind right here, I remember. It was really straight behind us, kind of pushing you up the mountain, which was nice. But as another guy said, you knew we were going to pay for it when we did a little switchback. The Mount Washington race has over 100 turns to it, so the wind will get you from every direction. Here it comes, starting to swing around and getting into our faces. In the end of the dirt road. I tried putting a little wind muff over the little pinhole audio on the camera. That woman was pulling up. Hopefully she's okay. This guy in green, we yo-yoed back and forth, God, a million times. Depending on who was running, who was walking.
Thank you guys. Gatorade, please. Gatorade, thank you guys for the best. Thank you.
You can hear how tired I am every time I try to talk. Here's the 6 mile mark for cars, but since we started a little bit further up, we're gonna hit the 6 mile mark for runners shortly.
6. There it is.
Almost there.
Mile 6, man. We got this.
Some of these guys and their posture reminds me of, there's a great Runner's World article that came out in 2011 called Because It's Steep. And the illustrations are just beautiful.
This is just stupid steep.
There's another thin line of runners. You can't really make it out, but in person it's pretty easy to see how the road winds around, wraps around the mountain.
Thank you, guys.
As I was getting closer to that 7 mile mark, I think I was starting to get motivated and picked up my pace a little bit.
Baby. Yes. There we go. There it is.
Oh, seeing that summit building, whew, felt good. That felt really good.
Thank you.
That sidewalk chalk said, Carlos does not need a car. Like that.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Now this race has a super fun finish. About to get to the wall where the steepness just gets crazy. There's my driver, Jeremy, with the Patriots hat. Love this guy. This guy's awesome. Oh, I so badly wanted to run this all the way up. You hear what happens when I hit this 22% grade right here. Oh, that's the sound of quads just falling apart. That may not look crazy steep, but that is 22% steepness right there. Really tough at this stage of a race. Very tough. Crowd was great. Love those cowbells. Oh, such a good feeling. I would mark this course up as something where any time goals, unless you're an elite runner, should really be secondary. You know, this is one of these kind of iconic races like doing a New York City Marathon or Boston Marathon. Enjoy it, you know. Take it in. Don't get too wrapped up in pace. I got a little burst of energy right here. They give you these nice blankets, which is a nice touch, a nice little souvenir. And here's my medal. She hands me. I think I accidentally pulled them from her. There it is.
Thank you.
Get your medal, get your blanket. There's my man, Jeremy. Woo! Walk over to the summit, get your picture taken. Special thank you to my driver, Jeremy, his girlfriend, Caitlin, who's an absolute beast and crushed this race in the low 130s. And Emily, who kicked butt. This was her first race at Mount Washington. She ran it with her mom and they finished together. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one. Bye.